It actually has
There we
all
go.
the way around the room.
All right.
Your office would be better for that. Because,
My office would be far better for that.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
actually have high ceilings. We could do. What could we do in here? We could do something. We could do like a
Pull-up bar for sure.
Well,
We can put some monkey bars in
we
here.
could do a pull-up. But we remove one of the tiles in the
And just do a
ceiling so
pull-up
that your
bar.
head can go right up into the ceiling every time.
God knows.
That's how you know you're doing it correct. If you
Oh.
could see the inside of the ceiling, you're
Speaking of removing ceiling tiles, coworker / one of our VPs remodels her basement, and as they start moving carpet and tearing down walls, they noticed this place had to have had a hot tub before. Okay,
like
because there's
inside?
like remnants of there's like where it was sitting, clear mold, water damage. So they're like, well, that's fucking weird. Who would put like a hot tub in a basement? So they start peeling off the paneling on the roof, and then it's paneling over tiles, which is super weird. So they start taking the tiles down, and as one of them starts to like disintegrate, a pile of Polaroids cascades from the sky, if you will, and starts landing, and there's a pile of Polaroids. And sure as shit, sure was a fucking hot tub. And there's like pictures of orgies in this basement with like people banging each other out with bananas and vegetables.
What?
True fucking story, dude.
So they kept their homemade porno
They were
stash
keeping
in
everything
the ceiling.
in the ceiling as like, I don't know,
And
was
they
like a time
forgot.
capsule for the next owners or what? Yeah.
They were planning that.
Whoa.
for
Wait,
them.
wait, wait,
That's what I think. Yeah.
Those are the copies.
Yes.
Was this like the seller or was it a previous owner?
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. They don't.
Okay.
But it was like she.
No faces in the
She's
pictures.
not. No, there was no faces. It was
Really?
like
It was like
Oh,
it was
okay.
strategically
bananas and butts.
shot.
bananas and butts.
Bananas and butts.
Yes, dicks and nuts, bananas and butts, dude. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. And I was
That's
like,
amazing.
what? And I was like, so. She's like, well, we just got done with it, and I was like, so is that why? And I look around her backyard. This is a true shit. There's a gate to each person that's that house. There's gates in the fence.
To all the neighbors.
Fucking
To all the
yes.
to all the
Dude,
swingers.
Was this a neighborhood orgy going on?
So
Holy shit.
I've always been curious, like, how does that start? Like, who's the first person who goes to their neighbors and they're like,
yeah.
I'm gonna shoot my shot here.
Yeah.
If this goes badly, I still live next to these people.
Yes.
Would you like to come over?
That's
yes,
an orgy.
I couldn't agree.
Oh my
and,
God.
And she's like, she's like, if you look around the neighborhood, like everybody has pools in this neighborhood. Like this was just like a swimming in fucking neighborhood, dude.
Dang. It's just like the swingers club there.
Yes.
In that basement.
Like
Holy shit.
I've never seen 3 gates. So
Or
person
maybe
to
they
the
were
right, the
already
left line.
swingers and they all moved into that neighborhood.
That's
Like, build a
That
swinging
probably
compound.
is what it is, and it's like all the houses are built in the 70s. Like all the pools
How
were
old?
built in the 80s.
How old do you think these photos were?
Well, if they're on Polaroids,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
but
gonna,
people
like,
do
just-
Oh,
Polaroids
yeah,
now.
they do it now.
But it sounds like it may have been at a time when the Polaroids were out of
How
necessity
long do
because
Polaroids last?
that's a good
well, in
question
a cool,
too.
in a cool, dry, dark
There's
place.
not
That's
exposed
true.
to light.
Yeah.
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 And maybe they'd last a
So
long
there was
time. Were they
mold
good
and water
quality?
damage all over the floor, but the
But the
ceiling
ceiling
was,
was
cool and dry.
paneling over ceiling tiles, so
Oh, so maybe
that's
it's
2
fine.
layers of insulation.
Wow.
Weird shit, right?
That is a
Sounds
great
great.
question though. Like
50-year-old Polaroid.
And this is this lady. I love her. She's one of our VPs. She is no bullshit. She would not make this up. And I was like, so like, how many were there? She's like, an obscene amount of pictures.
oh my god.
Piles and piles of
Were they in a
Polaroids.
shoebox? Like what was the deal? They
No,
just
they
like,
were just like, it was like they were taking
somebody
them
had
and throwing them up there.
They lifted the ceiling
Oh
tile
my
and just
God.
Yep,
set
so
a stack.
It was like
and then forgot
everybody's
about it.
fucked up, banana peels everywhere, like shit's popping off. And like it must have been like snap, 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 and they're like collect the photos, put them up there.
You don't know if you're slipping on banana peels.
Like
or something
everybody's
else.
like
Yeah.
cleaning up. It's like clean up, everybody do your share. Yeah.
Oh my god! Before you go home next door,
Yeah.
we gotta clean.
Yeah.
clean up.
Oh man.
Look
Oh my
at those
gosh.
Polaroids, Jimmy.
It's not like let's not let what happened last time happen again. I was stepping on it for 4 days.
Because that's the thing, right? Like about swinging culture is different than open relationship culture. Open relationship
Right.
culture is you are allowed to be intimate with other people. It doesn't affect your relationship, and everybody's okay with everybody getting what they need. Swinger culture, they call it the lifestyle. That's totally fucking different. That's like couples being like, "Yo, let's go to Cancun so I can fuck your wife." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know
With
it's-
a banana.
with a banana in a hot tub in a basement, and I'm going to take a picture of it.
Oh god.
Dude, that is a really good
Can't
point,
do it,
though,
but you can
because
use a banana.
yeah, like where does that question, like at what point does that question come out of your mouth and to who? That's got to be
have no
such a
clue.
calculated
no,
process.
I think
Yeah.
I think it started with the hot tub. They're like, why don't you come over and hang out in my hot tub?
Yes.
In my basement.
Wink.
in my
And
basement.
then
Come into my
and then
indoor
you
hot tub.
And they're like,
Yeah, yeah.
they're like, hey,
This is so muggy and gross.
what are all these cameras for?
I'd have been like, can you crack a window?
Just there.
Can you crack a window? Nope.
You either have to have balls of steel to ask somebody that
Yeah.
question, or be so unaware of the situation, like have no self-awareness.
Yeah, you're just
can't
like,
read the room. You're like, you know what we
"Oh,
should
hey."
do, guys? We should all have sex. And everybody's like, get your fucking purse, babe. We're leaving.
And then they're like, oh, I don't know why nobody ever wants to come over anymore.
No, it's weird.
And then they have like the four neighbors who are like, I can't believe you just asked me that.
I know.
Let's fucking do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like the one couple
Yeah.
just waits till the other couple's leaves, and it's like,
Like,
so
so-
what do we do?
Oh my god. Is that the weirdest thing that you've ever found or heard of being found in a house?
That's pretty weird.
yeah.
That's
Pretty weird. I
Like,
feel like it's hard to
weirdest?
top
a
that.
stash of. There's like grosser. There's more disturbing, but like
Weird.
innocently
Weird, yeah.
weird,
Yes.
assuming everybody was consensual.
Right.
Like that's just hilariously
Yeah.
fucking bizarre.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think that would
bananas
be it.
thing.
Yeah.
That's the additional weirdness factor for me.
That's what a weird
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
She was like, if it was just like,
Cucumbers.
grown-ups getting it on, but she's like, I didn't know people use bananas in those parts of their bodies, and I was
Yellow is
like,
a very standout color.
That is
yeah, no,
true.
yeah, and you
It
know,
You can't,
shows up well in the
not
photos.
Look at it if your eye catches it.
what's funny is
Yeah.
I feel like the banana's wearing a condom naturally
That's true.
because you could.
That's true. Well, was it unwrapped?
I don't. I see. I should have asked that.
Oh, yeah.
I should have
no.
asked that.
Because if it was
That's
unwrapped, you could
daring.
wind up losing it.
Yeah, exactly. That breaks right off.
I want to believe it was not unwrapped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think it was
probably.
Yeah, no,
that.
I don't think.
Unsanitary.
Yeah.
Well, a banana's unsanitary, but it's the
But it's
inside.
more unsanitary.
It's
I can
worse.
see if
By like a factor of
if
10.
people are super calculated, I could totally see like putting a condom on a banana.
Yeah.
Then doing that.
That's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
been done. There's
Banana
no way that
condoms.
hasn't been done.
People definitely do that.
Yeah,
They do
100%.
that shit at school. I mean, they don't
Yeah.
use it.
He's like, oh no,
Yeah,
we definitely. I mean, they do that. They do that at
Fucking
school.
Sex ed demonstration. That's what
Oh,
they
yeah.
do.
Well, yeah.
They do it in Parks and,
And-
Rec.
And they also happen to have a hot tub in your school
Oh,
basement as
the
well.
sex
Dude.
ed
Oh, dude.
demonstration.
I remember it
Yeah.
in sex ed. The lady was putting it on the banana, and this kid was like, "Do it with your mouth," and we were.
Oh my god.
And she was like, "That's not how you do it. I don't even think that's possible." And then you could see her thinking, she was like, "Oh my god, why did I just respond to that?"
No joke. My parents did not let me attend sex ed in school.
They wouldn't sign the
They
thing.
wouldn't sign the thing.
Oh.
So my teacher decided to give me an alternate individual research assignment. I had to write a research paper on birth defects.
Holy shit!
And let me tell you what's going to fuck you up more between learning about sex ed and having to look up pictures of birth
Of
defects.
kids
when
with
you are
hands on their
11
fucking forehead.
Years old.
That's fucked
Whoa.
up.
That's wild.
That story I thought was going to go
my
to a totally
God.
different direction. She's like, "We're going to learn this, just me and you."
Nope. No, I got to sit in like a library study room and look at the
Whoa.
most grotesque, fucked up shit.
Did
I
all
mean,
your-
the other way would have been fucked up too, but at least like it would have been a little funnier. Like,
Well,
oh
here's
my God.
wait. Here's my question. What in their minds was the alternative? Like, how did they
My
expect
parents?
you to learn?
I think my parents wanted me to just like not have
know.
anything to do with it.
Osmosis.
With school, and they were gonna like tell me about it themselves.
Yeah.
Did they
Which
ever
is
end
gonna
up
be
doing
very
that?
Jesus-y. Yeah, they did.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they were
Was
just
it
like
was it super Jesus-y?
it was very Jesus-y.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did they
I mean,
straight up
didn't,
tell
like-
you?
They didn't say like, oh, you will die and go to hell, and also have 15,000 babies unless you stay abstinent until you're 90.
Yeah.
But it was very much like abstinence first. So we don't want the school doing anything near that.
Interesting.
My mom scared the fuck out of me with the talk, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
And she is super Catholic, so she started down the Jesus route, and then when she could tell that I was like not really. Like,
How old were you?
I think I was 10 to 12ish. You know.
When does this normally happen?
And I'm the youngest. We just did it with my oldest, and it was 10.
Really?
And that's another story. We'll get to that one.
Really?
That's fucking hilarious.
Okay. All right. Wait. You're
So-
first.
she scared the shit out of me. She's kind of, and then she's like, all right, here's the bottom line. Take off your clothes with a lady. You give her all the power in the world to kill you with diseases, fuck up your life, say you raped her, or just be a crazy bitch that travels around with you for the rest of your fucking life. Just like that. And I was like, God. Kill me with what? Rape? I was like, I don't think I like sex.
So it
She's
worked.
like, you're right. That's
It
probably
worked, dude.
Oh my God.
It worked.
Wow.
And like, because
Holy
then, like,
shit.
you know, you get to like the 14, 15, 16, and kids are having sex, and I would just be like, my friends, you got to be careful, dude. Like, she can kill you.
Like, do you guys know how dangerous
no.
this is?
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Wow.
good.
So wait, did you get to talk?
Yeah. No,
Really?
my mom trapped me in the car when I was like 15.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was already too late.
I was
You
gonna
already
say,
knew. Yeah, you already
you're
knew.
too late
it
at
was,
that point.
It was way since past.
Did you
that
wait?
ship sailed.
So did you leave that detail out? Or were you
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
I didn't mention that.
You were just like,
no.
oh,
It's like,
wow.
oh wow, I didn't know that's how it works. Yeah, that's crazy.
So she trapped you in the car? What, did she lock the doors or some shit? Like what?
Well, you know, I think she buttered me up, took me to like Starbucks to get like a really nice like drink or something. And I'm sitting there sipping my sugary drink, and then she's like, "So we need to talk about something," because like she knew I
You
was
thought
like,
you were in
getting
trouble
intimate
from
with the
school
girlfriend
or
at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she's like, "Oh shit, I gotta talk to him now." And so she starts talking, and I'm just like, "Oh fuck!" I'm just like melt in my fucking chair. Yeah, no, but it wasn't anything like yours.
Was
Yeah.
it super graphic and awkward?
No, it was just like the like textbook answer of what sex is, kind of simplicity
Interesting.
thing. And she's like, that's how it works, and like you got to be careful, and like, you know, we probably don't want to have any kids anytime soon, kind of thing. It's protection, all the like the simple textbook answers. But like,
Yeah.
you know, she did a good job, but it was like 2 years too late.
Oh my God.
You should have been like, yeah, I know. I've done it.
I love I love the old joke about by the time the conversation's over, the dad has a notebook out going, "You can do that?"
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. I like that, too.
So here's I'm the outlier here because never happened.
They just didn't talk about it. Ever.
That's why I call it,
They'll
like,
figure
by
it out.
osmosis. Yeah.
Yep.
There's
Yeah,
some
it
parents,
never
there are
happened.
parents that are like, I'm just going to say it
Well-
wrong, so you'll figure it out.
And I think there's yeah, so part of it is like things that are like that, whether it's like that type of stuff or even just like in generally like emotional like type of thing. Just not, those aren't conversations that ever really happened, you know, in my family. It's just not like my even my extended family, you know, like out to aunts, uncles, grandparents, like people just don't really talk about super substantive things, which is funny because then it kind of went the other way with my cousins, because my cousins and we're like siblings, you know, and so we all talk about that kind of stuff, and just like, you know, the deeper kind of things, like, but yeah, those types of conversations just never happened. So I never got that talk, and I think part of it, which to be honest, I am so glad, because what were they going to tell? Like, they weren't going to tell me anything I didn't already know, you know? And then also, I think they probably just said, well, you have an older brother who got himself into situations throughout your childhood. So I'm sure this has been osmosis to you at this point. So yeah,
Right.
that was kind of, did you ever get to talk?
No.
You never got to talk either?
Nope.
Did you turn
Yeah.
up your gain on that, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
no, my
that's
mom
fascinating.
awkwardly was
Cold
just.
northeastern culture.
Yeah, this sounds.
I don't-
talks about
Yeah.
everything.
I don't know.
How was your day?
Possibly.
Terrible. Great. I'll see you at dinner.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So
no, but
what-
that like it was, yeah, like I don't know, when you're 13 to 15 and you're going through like relationship stuff and you know, you don't know what anything is, and like you have like a breakup, or in my case it was like every other day, and like
Yeah.
but like yeah, and it was just kind of like, I don't know, I talked to friends, or I talked to like, I don't talk to my family about that stuff. I don't know, that was just kind of the way it was, but I don't
It's
know.
funny.
Friends your age definitely seem like a good source of information.
Yes, totally. Yes, they're very experienced and lots of wisdom and
Reliable
So wait,
info.
so that's that. So yeah, for people your age, right? When we start having the talk with Leo, he started doing the, I already know what that is. One of my friends, whatever his fucking name is, told me what it is. And I'm like, I'm trying not to laugh because I can't
What did he
wait
say?
to hear what this is. So I'm letting Mandy take the lead on this one. And he's like, I already know what it is. It's when two girls take you in the shower and get on their knees, and I'm like, oh, I got the notepad out. So this can happen. Yeah. And Mandy was like, stop talking. That is not what it is. We are gonna have this talk now. He literally was like, oh, it's when these like two like pretty girls take you in the shower. They get on their knees. I was like, oh. Yeah, that's
you're
true
like
story.
when that happens to you,
I was
you
like,
tell me so I can
let me know
congratulate
who
you.
they are.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
So you had to
Great.
correct that situation.
Mandy corrected it. I was like, man, if that's what sex is for you, buddy, hell yeah.
Good work. Yeah. Oh my god. That's amazing. I like how they added the detail of two pretty girls.
Yes.
Like
Right.
yeah.
And they take you into the shower.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
they're like dragging you, like
Right.
they force you in.
Yeah.
They rip your clothes from your body.
Yeah.
And beg for it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
If
and-
that's
and-
your sex life, bud, you'll be all right.
Well, he's gonna have you know a hopefully a good confidence about himself. Be like, fuck yeah, that's gonna happen.
yeah,
Of course it is.
I can't wait to
Look at
like
me.
21 and out of the house, and we have no rules or reign overs. Like, hey, mom. Remember the girls in the shower? That's what I do all the time.
You said that wasn't right, but I beg to differ.
I found
Yes.
Holy shit! Wow. Well, what a start. Welcome back to Tom
Yeah, we're
and to Vinny. Yeah, we've been recording this whole time.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just got back. Well, you didn't go to New York. You were gonna.
I didn't go to New York.
You did not. You did.
Yeah.
Did you? So you didn't end up talking to Dave then?
No, because that's when the day I got my foot
So
dislocated.
okay, what the fuck happened? Because all of a sudden you sent me a text and you're in the hospital.
Dude, I had so many foot surgeries from football and wrestling and fighting that if you step wrong, something's coming out. So like a fifth metatarsal popped out. I couldn't even walk. Like had to go bring my kids to Rye, New York, drop them off with my sister in an Uber. So that was awful. Then go to Greenwich.
It's
whatever
funny.
the fucking hospital
If you're in
is.
Connecticut, it's Greenwich. If you're in upstate New York, it's Greenwich.
There you go.
I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Yep.
Greenwich.
Greenwich.
Yeah, so
Greenwich.
I went to Greenwich Hospital. I was in so much pain I couldn't see straight.
Wow.
And they looked me in the eyes and were like, you have all the traits of a drug seeker, so we're not going to give you any painkillers.
What?
And I'm
wait. They
Huh?
said what?
Yeah, they're like, because I was like, you got to give me something. They're like, look, we're not giving you anything. You check all the boxes for drug seeking behavior. I'm like, yeah, dislocated foot will do that. I'll start looking for drugs real quick. Wouldn't give me shit. So
It's like, when's the last time you ran into a meth addict who was 350 pounds?
it was bizarre, dude. Yeah, it was, and I was dressed
Wow.
like this, like it was bizarre. So I was like, all right, I'm not arguing with you. You guys just need to start shooting shit into my foot. Let's get fucking rocking. And so they injected like 5 different things, and it's bonkers. Like that night felt better next day, like it never happened.
What?
Whoa.
Wait, what
Yeah.
did they give you?
Cortisone, lidocaine, prednisone, and epinephrine, like everything you can Google about anti-inflammatories, that's what
Wow.
they put in.
So did you
And they give me
dislocate
Toradol
it?
just for fun. Huh?
Did you
Yeah,
dislocate it?
dislocated it. It pops back in on its own, and now I'm good to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when you said popped
Oh.
out, it didn't pop out of like the skin or something. It
No,
just popped
no.
out.
Yeah, right,
It's
right.
like if you guys looked at my feet, they're Shrek feet. Like your fifth metatarsal is your last bone. It like
Right.
It came out back in.
What?
Whoa.
That is so weird.
Jeez.
Fucking
Wow.
weird.
So okay, so are you? Do you have like pain on a daily basis?
Yes.
Really?
Every single step I take of every day, my feet hurt.
really?
Every single day.
Yes.
Dang.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Jeez.
Sounds like there's something you can fucking do about it.
I mean, not really.
Stab
I
your
got
foot every day
anchors,
and
screws.
inject it in something.
Yeah, I mean, I keep getting the shots. That
Yeah.
helps a lot.
Huh?
But you get chronic pain though, like that, when it's not sharp.
Yeah.
When it's dull, you can truly block it out. You can't block out.
Sure.
You can't block out sharp pain. You can block out dull pain.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow, that's
Is that
crazy.
part of why you wear the Yeezys all day, every day?
Yes. It's a big reason why I do not wear dress shoes.
Mm.
Because if I wear something that encapsulates my foot and it can't move or breathe at all, it feels like somebody has a knife in the side of my foot.
How does this translate to like lifting and shit? So like if you're doing, if you're trying to deadlift and stuff, I mean, does it add?
I wear Nike
complication?
Metcons only because they have that rubber thing on the outside of the sole that's used for climbing ropes, but it also doesn't allow your foot to slide over the sole.
Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can leave them a little bit looser, so I don't have to be tight, so there's no pressure on my feet.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to lose traction and slip out of my shoes.
Right.
Do you deadlift in shoes?
Sometimes yes, sometimes not. I
never
prefer to not deadlift in shoes.
Yeah.
because it changes the whole anatomy of the exercise really. But if I'm not going heavy and I don't want to take my shoes off, I don't give a fuck. If I'm going heavy, anything above 405, shoes off.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was squatting with no shoes for a while, and then my coach was like, "You should squat with shoes on."
Yeah.
But then I don't care if you deadlift with the shoes or not, which I don't quite get.
That's weird. But I was told you squat with shoes on because if you have any type of catastrophic injury and you step wrong, you're going to hurt your foot and ankle like twice as bad.
With a squat.
Yeah, so like if you fall forward to the squat and you step wrong and you curl your foot under yourself, you're going to dislocate your ankle, break your foot, break your shin. Whereas if you have a shoe, it's going to provide some form of protection.
Whereas with the deadlift, you're not going to fall.
You're not
Just
going to fall.
Drop it.
Unless you pass out. Which those videos are fucking
They are
hilarious.
very funny.
They're
Those
dangerous
videos
as
are
shit
nuts.
though.
Not my coach, but his he runs the coaching business, and his head guy, who's like the head coach, besides for him, he had an Instagram story. He just picks it up and he goes, "Oh no!" Falls back,
Oh my god.
and he's fine. He wakes up right afterwards, doesn't hit his head, but it was so funny.
That is so wild. Has that ever happened to either of you?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Really?
Squatting for me. Squatting
Squatting?
for me. Yep.
That sounds
college.
Wow.
We were so stupid. Like we were wearing belts, knee wraps, stuff that you really should only be wearing if you're competing or overtraining. Not like a young athlete should not be wearing that shit if they're just trying to get stronger.
But
'cause
that's
you
what
shouldn't be.
cool people wear. At the
So
gym.
we were belted, suited, booted, everything, smelling salts, and I had way too much weight on, because I could do it with all the shit on. Down, up, walked forward to racket, boom, double barrel, bloody nose, passed out. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
double barrel
man.
bloody nose.
Just
I love
like-
that.
Yeah.
That's
Racket and just. And,
Yeah, my dad used to have like a bunch of powerlifters over every Saturday, so I saw enough of that.
oh, I'm sure you saw a lot of that
Wow.
shit, dude. Yeah.
I have not
God.
blacked out from a lift, but when I was in wrestling, this was like literally the year after I finished wrestling, they changed all these rules. I'm sure that I'm a slide somewhere. But when I was in wrestling,
That's good. That's good.
when I was in wrestling, number one, you would weigh in at the beginning of the season, and then if your coach was like, "Hey, there's no spot for you in this weight class for a tournament," they'd be like, "Just lose 7 pounds in a night. It's okay, bro."
Yeah.
So I literally did that.
Yep.
And then there was like some culture around water breaks are for wussies.
Yes.
So no water for you.
Yep.
And I got heat exhaustion so bad once that I went blind for an hour.
Oh my
Holy
god!
shit.
I've only
My
heard of
God.
that. I've never talked to somebody.
Fully
I've heard about
pitch
that.
black blind
Yeah.
for an hour. And ever since then, like if I get too into like a hit workout, I'll start feeling it. So I actually went to Vital.
Do you get
your
blurry?
gym.
Wow.
Do you get blurry eyes?
I went to your gym the other day and I took one of the it was like the anaerobic training class.
Yeah, that's a
conditioning
fuck of
class.
a track. Yeah, that's. Whew.
I did that, so they had me doing like kettlebell squats as fast
Yep.
as possible, run half a mile, all this interval stuff, and I just start feeling like the edges of my vision going. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna sit down, take 5 minutes. Like, okay, I'm fine. And then I go push the sled for a bit, and I just.
Wow,
Oh,
dude.
man.
So you go full tunnel vision, shaky, and you know it's coming.
Oh yeah.
so okay.
I don't know if it's like extra susceptibility to heat exhaustion because of the
It has
first
to be
trauma.
Yeah,
I
it
heard that
has
can
to be.
happen.
Yes, absolutely.
So
that has to be.
So wait a minute. The first time this happened, I mean, what's going through your mind in that moment? Because you don't know if your vision's coming back.
that's what it was. I was like, am I blind forever?
oh my
Right.
god.
Did you go to the hospital or something?
Horrifying.
I didn't know because the coaches are idiots. So
Yeah.
he's just like, all right, you can stop working out. We're gonna have you sit here, have some water, and it'll probably come back.
You don't have to see to do push-ups.
So yeah, I just sit there for half an hour, and it slowly starts coming back. I can see shapes. Like,
Oh
okay,
my
I think it's
God.
gonna come back.
So wait, what did
Whoa.
it look like?
It was pitch black.
Like black?
Pitch black.
Because I've heard
Full
like
blindness.
I've heard people describe it as gray, but maybe I don't know. Maybe
Well, I
I'm
mean,
making
this
that
was
up.
Dude, extreme heat exhaustion shuts your
this
brain
was
down.
12, no, not 12
Yeah.
years.
You're lucky you're not
15 years.
dead, to be honest.
This was 15 years ago.
There's a lot of football
So-
players, but when back in the old days, that 2-a-days, it's 110 degrees out. It's your second practice, third day in a row.
Yeah.
Heat stroke and die.
Fortunately,
right
this
there on
was,
the field.
it was indoor wrestling practice.
Yeah,
So we weren't out in the
but it still
heat.
gets hot
But
as
still,
fuck
it
in
does.
those rooms.
And they like the shit they do for making weight.
Yeah.
They would do like the I forgot what they call it, like the death circle. I think
Yep.
that's what it's called. And that everybody in the wrestling team huddles up as tight as possible. You go in the middle and you all do foot fires
Yep.
to try to increase the temperature in the middle of the circle so
my
you sweat
God.
as much as possible.
Oh, dude, we had guys on our team that would take the. There's a makeup that's used to draw the water out of the skin. It's like so that you don't
Mm-hmm.
you don't sweat on stages and stuff. I think it's like a like a Broadway type of musical thing. They wipe their faces with this, and it sucks all the moisture out of their skin so they don't sweat.
Yep.
Well, once you stop sweating because you don't have any more water in your body and you still need to lose the weight, you put this shit all over your entire fucking body.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yep.
There was one night where my coach was like, tournaments tomorrow, there's nobody at 155.
Yeah.
Or 152. So if you want to wrestle, you got to cut down to 145.
Oof.
Which was stupid. Like, why not just bump me up to 160, whatever, and just have me get my ass kicked? So I legitimately lost 7 pounds of water weight.
And to everybody listening, the commenters, like 7 pounds at that weight, at that age, you don't have it to lose.
Right.
Like, that's not, like, I could lose 7 pounds running around the block
I had
real
it
quick.
to lose, but I was
Exactly.
basically dead.
You were able to lose it.
How do you do that?
So I think I had one day. So obviously no food, no water.
Yep.
And then practice. They had me do the Ring of Death thing. And then I come to school the next morning before the tournament. I'm in the gymnasium at 5 a.m. I've got a winter coat and then a garbage bag over it to trap all moisture, to make it as hot as possible, running laps.
Yep.
In between that, going into the bathroom, spitting and peeing as much as possible.
Yeah, we had kids suck Jolly Ranchers, spitting into trying to fill the gallon jugs all throughout classes, all throughout school. Like, looking back, I cannot fucking believe this shit was allowed.
It's idiotic.
I cannot
insane.
believe it. And you're permanently damaging kidneys, livers, stomach lining, so much stuff, dude. And for what?
Well, that was literally my next question. I'm like, what on earth is so compelling about that?
This is my advice to anybody that wants to hear. If your kid's going to wrestle, if your kid's a fucking phenom and they're going to do this the end goal is win a gold medal, I understand it to a degree.
Right, sure.
But even then, it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if not, though, it's like, well, I don't understand this. Like, I don't understand it.
right.
Who's the guy?
Well,
I think his name was like Cale Sanderson or something. He's like the most famous wrestler from Iowa State. Like,
He won 4 national titles in a row, never lost a match, then won a gold medal, never lost a match. Undefeated his entire career.
what does that do for you later in life?
Well, now he's a head coach of Penn State Wrestling.
You could be a head coach of
He's
wrestling.
the one-off
That's it.
guy. Yes.
But that's the only path.
Correct.
And
You have to either
is
go
there
to
even
UFC.
money in that?
I mean,
Not like football.
decent money, but yeah, it's not like football.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Fuck no.
It's
Yeah, I'm
nothing.
sure he
Even if
does
they go
all
to the
right.
UFC and they become a heavyweight or whatever champion of the world,
Yeah.
they're making what a third-year running back for the Broncos makes.
Yeah.
You do it because you like it.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
But literally the
That's an
year
interesting-
after I stopped wrestling,
Yeah.
they changed the rules to when you weigh in at the beginning of the semester, that's all you can stay at. Like, you can go up, you can't go down.
Yep.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's why I think, like, I'm probably a slide something. Like, yeah, we had this kid who literally went blind
Yes.
for an hour.
That's
my
spooky,
God.
man. You're lucky you're not dead.
Yeah, so
That's
shout
how
out to
healthy
my,
kids die.
wrestling coaches who hopefully are more intelligent now.
Yeah, that's utterly fucking ridiculous.
or not, and they just bitched about the rule change.
They should have
Oh
had.
my
You
God.
should have been on a gurney in an ambulance
Wow.
with an IV the minute that happened.
That's
My
crazy.
wrestling coach is an asshole. He was like this overweight guy. He's
Oh, I
just
love those
he brings
ones, dude.
pizza into
Yeah.
the wrestling practice
Oh,
and
what
eat
a
it
fucking
himself.
cocksucker, dude! Oh, young kids spitting in. Oh my
so
god!
good.
Oh, he's an asshole. What an asshole, dude.
So, by the time you get to the match, aren't you just dying? Like, anyway? Like,
So, yeah,
what's the
here's the
point?
rest of
Yeah,
that
how do
story.
you
You
wrestle
try to
that way?
rehydrate.
Here's the rest of that story. I make weight 144.9 pounds on the scale, and then I have my cooler full of like every snack you can think of and Gatorade and everything. Same thing I would take to the cornfields. So I'm basically up to 150 again by the time I step on the mat.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm also like near passing out. And I remember wrestling this guy. I was still pretty tall for my age. Wrestling this little stocky guy, and he just destroyed me. I could not do anything.
Well, and that's so
Right, that
interesting.
makes
It's like,
sense.
what's the point of making weight if it's just gonna be if
Yeah.
you're just gonna suck?
Well, that's,
No point.
Yeah,
That's
that's not
because my
that's
coach
all.
was dumb.
Yeah, that is. It is
What he
stupid.
should have
Shout
been
out.
like is, sorry, there's no one for you to wrestle. You're just gonna have to bench it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Right.
Wow.
Not here. Let's
That's-
just try to kill you overnight.
That's what I'm saying. If your kid's not a phenom, like,
There's
what
no
are you
point.
doing?
Yeah, because they're not gonna go
Ridiculous.
anywhere with it. They're not gonna make
Yes.
money with it. Like,
and even if he is a phenom, that's dangerous shit.
It's dangerous.
And if he's a phenom, put him up to the next weight class.
Yes, that's very true. If he's a phenom, it really doesn't matter where he wrestles.
hey, here's a
Yeah.
question.
The guy I beat for my state championship wrestling match weighed 215 and wrestled heavyweights because he was a phenom. So he was
Yeah,
able
dude.
to come up and wrestle my 260-pound ass.
Yep.
Now, I beat him, but he was that good that he could give up 50 pounds and it was still competitive.
Wow.
I had a similar experience. It was a sparring match, but there was one kid on my team. I wouldn't say he was a phenom, but he was really good, and he was at 120.
Yeah.
And I'm at 152, and dead stalemate. Like, I think I barely won just by throwing weight
That's
around.
a really good.
That's all I can do.
That's a really good wrestler.
Meanwhile, he's like crawling around at me like a monkey, and I can barely tell where he is.
Hey, what's the because you mentioned something interesting. Like, what's the money like at the UFC level?
Dog shit.
Really?
Unless you're getting shares of the pay-per-view buys.
Okay, so but like
Yes.
I'm sure somebody like Khabib has got to make a ass load of money.
Not
right?
from he makes a lot because he draws
From endorsements?
He gets a cut of the pay-per-views.
Okay, gotcha.
So the guys that get, if you're champion or you're challenging for the title, you get a cut of the pay-per-view buys, and then a select group of other people do as well.
yeah,
That's like 6 people out of 1,200 fighters. The
Wow.
other 1,200 are so grossly underpaid, it's unfucking believable.
Really?
Like guys that have 25 fights in the UFC, and they're getting paid 100 to show, 100 to win. So if they lose, they get 100 grand. They get 200 grand if they win. That sounds like a lot of money, and it is, until you realize it's one fight they've had all year. They have to pay all of their bills, their trainers, taxes,
gym fees.
the state taxes, wherever state they're fighting in, all of it.
Yeah.
They're not left with a whole bunch.
yeah.
Now compare that to a rookie in the NFL making the rookie minimum, like the minimum, $550,000. So that rookie is guaranteed $550,000 for his first year. This guy is basically a 13-year vet who's probably going to be in the UFC Hall of Fame someday, making less than half of that for one fight.
Literally might make a tenth of
Yes.
that.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, because after all that stuff
An
you're
average
talking
NFL
about-
linebacker in his second contract is making $4.5 to $5 million a year. 99% of UFC fighters will never make over $1 million fighting in the UFC.
That's wild.
Seems
I didn't
like
know it was that bad.
Professional team sports
Yeah.
are the outlier, because anything else you do where you are a spectacle for an audience,
Yeah.
like 99.9% of the people are just grossly underpaid.
Grossly underpaid.
Well, I don't even know if underpaid is the right word for it. It's just like that's the economic structure of
Yeah.
where attention goes. Attention goes to the best, and everyone else gets ignored. But then everyone thinks that they deserve something greater.
It goes back to like why people literally fight to get out of their situations.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you look at the boxers, you look at the UFC fighters, this is not the kids that grew up at Wingfoot Country Club.
Right.
These are the people that grew up in East Harlem that are fighting to get out of those situations. So they're going to take it.
Yeah.
It was their ticket.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why then you have all the managers, the agents that did come from Wingfoot Country Club that know how to maximize the value of it. They put it together. They sponsor the money. They make these kids sign contracts they never should sign. And that's why it never fucking changes.
Wow.
Never changes.
So a lot of it is abuse by like
Most
people-
of it
the
is
management.
abuse
Yeah.
by people managing these people's careers.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's that sucks.
Do you feel like this industry is too saturated by those kind of people already?
Well, it's truly a cream rises to the top, right? So, like, you can say you're going to be a badass agent, but there's guys that have all the top fighters, all the top players. There's the agency game now, like CAA alone, and I forget what LeBron's is, clutch management. Dude, CAA represents the head coach, the best player, and one of the general managers of the New York Knicks.
Really?
The same agency. So the same agency controls the fucking team.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yep.
Then you have Clutch Sports in LA, LeBron. They manage LeBron. They manage LeBron's agent. They manage the agent that manages the agents. Like, so these agencies run the game from afar.
Wow.
So the whole like, I'm going to go be an agent. I'm going to take advantage of this fighter. It's going away now because it's corporations that are managing these guys.
Right.
So in a way, it's even worse.
Wow.
It's Walmart agencies now signing everybody. And what are you going? How are you going to sue your agency when LeBron James owns it? Good luck.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I remember my agent Dave for YouTube stuff
Yeah.
saying that he, or at least part of the reason that he got into the YouTube game is that music was already basically locked down. Like there's almost no way to
Because it's like the corporations doing it.
claw that
Yeah.
away from the corporations who just exploit people. But YouTube wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
So he was like, there's an opportunity, and it's probably closing. There's an opportunity to build something to represent creators that it doesn't exploit them.
He's dead right.
Whereas in music, that's just like doesn't really exist.
He's dead right. And it's one of those things where if you're going to become an agent these days, you better hope your best friend's pretty fucking good at a sport. Because that's the kind of relationship you would have to get into the game and make any kind of noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So you brought up an interesting point that like when you think about everything like in terms of sports and that kind of stuff, like it all kind of follows suit where you said for some reason team sports are the outlier, which is fascinating because you're dealing with so many more people, whereas the individualized, because as soon as you said that, my thought was racing, because I'm like, okay, yeah, you have people, in Formula One like Lewis Hamilton or Max Verstappen making 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars a year, but the vast majority of racing is not Formula One.
Right.
And the vast majority of racing, the pay is not that. Even IndyCar, I mean, yeah, they make fine money, I'm sure, but like not anywhere close to like what the top makes. And it is fascinating, like when you individualize any sport, how it kind of falls into that category where it's like literally a couple people are making insane amounts of money. Golf has got to be
boxing's that way.
Yeah. So like, what is it about the team component when you start getting into the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, whatever, where many more, it seems like a higher percentage of the athletes are making at least a baseline? Is it the ability of the players to come together and create
unions?
These minimums?
It's all unions,
right?
It's the NFL players union, it's the MLB player union, NBA player union. They're unionized.
How is there no like boxing union or a UFC fighters
So that's
union?
the whole problem. The UFC fighters have tried to unionize, and the power at the top is so powerful. They're like, no, try to unionize, we'll cut all of you. They just say flat out
So
no.
is that Dana White, like in a lot of ways? Like
Everybody wants to blame him,
Yeah.
but he ain't the owner anymore.
Right,
They
right,
sold
right.
to
Oh, yeah.
an agency, by the way.
Wait,
Wow, yeah.
Dana White's not the owner of
He's just the
UFC
president.
anymore? Oh, wow.
He sold
Okay.
the Zuffa company, owned it forever, and 10% was the Abu Dhabi public fund or whatever they call those things over there, and then they sold it to Could you Google that?
Yeah.
Just
Who did
because
the UFC sell to?
they sold to an agency.
Interesting.
Like we're talking about, agencies run everything. Just say who owns the UFC.
Yeah.
So they sold to, like I just got done saying, it's corporations, and
Dude.
it really is.
Back in, I believe it was what year was this? 2014, 15, something like that. Formula One sold to Liberty Media.
There you
which is
go.
an American
They sold to
thing?
Media.
Right.
Yeah,
The
Liberty
entirety
Media
of
owns
Formula
it.
One
Yeah.
is now owned by
For
Liberty
pennies,
Media.
dude. Pennies.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what I'm not sure. What do you mean pennies?
For what they paid for what it's worth today.
But that yes.
Oh
but
my
you have-
God.
Yes, but you have to remember.
IMG and Endeavor.
Yep. So WME and IMG are agencies.
Interesting. But so you have to remember though, for pennies in comparison to what it's worth today. But you know why? It's literally because Liberty Media understood how to market it.
Yep.
The Drive to Survive Netflix series, I think, is one of the single most insanely successful sports marketing campaigns in history.
Oh yeah, it might be the most successful.
It very well might be, and the impact that show has had is just you can't even understand. Like, so there was a 1 or a 2 year gap where the U.S. Grand Prix didn't happen in Austin. I think it was was it the 1 year? I don't remember. Anyways, but the difference from the attendance, like right before COVID happened, to when it first came again, it was the most attended Grand Prix in history.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the United States, which is notoriously
Yeah.
a bad market for Formula One, because it's just all the races happen at 5 a.m. and it's always been a European thing, and NASCAR has kind of always had precedence in the United States, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not anymore. Have you seen, literally, like, if you look at the NASCAR YouTube channel and look at what their race recaps and their race replays and the kind of viewership they get, dude, Formula One race highlight videos trend on all of YouTube.
Wow.
They get like 5 to 6 million views in a day.
So when they're doing F1 in Vegas, what's it, later this year?
I'm telling.
Is
So
that
next year,
October.
next year.
Is that going to
Next
be
year.
5 a.m.s, or are they going to like
No.
actually schedule
No.
it
So
prime
okay.
time
So
for
so
US?
this is
And that's
interesting.
the rest of the world's pissed about this.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
a really
Yep.
interesting thing. Okay, because it's going to be a night race, which
Oh,
yeah,
it's gonna be so
and
beautiful.
it's
So is
going to
it
be
5
it's
It's going to be beautiful.
check
I
it out.
mean-
It's going to be isn't it? Aren't they going to do it on a Saturday night?
Yeah, and it's going to be the whole strip's going to be lit up.
So
it's
the-
going to
it's-
be gorgeous.
It's going to be
So-
down
yeah.
the actual.
Mhm.
So they did a race in Vegas in the 80s, and it was a disaster because they did it in the parking lot of Caesar's Palace, and it was a horrible track layout. And the race was just awful, and everyone hated it. And so that ended real fast, and they never really went back. So they're finally doing it right this time, which is down the fucking strip.
yeah.
At
It's
night,
gonna be
under the
wild,
lights.
dude.
It's going to be absolutely insane. I'm telling you right now that this very well could be the most watched, most attended Grand Prix in history. I think it's very possible that it blows every record out of the water because it's going to be that crazy.
What's even crazier is when Miami did their Grand Prix, more people traveled to Miami for the Grand Prix than they did this Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Well, because think about it, the stadium can only hold 80,000 people. There was 320,000 people that attended the Grand Prix.
You can
just stretch
there's
it
a lot
out
more space.
as much as you want.
And COTA in Austin, Circuit of the Americas, is a huge venue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's massive. And so you have this sport that can just by the nature of what it is hold so many more people, and I mean it's very interesting because currently obviously the most prestigious race in Formula One and usually looked at as the most prestigious race in the world is the Monaco Grand Prix. Mm-hmm. It's been happening since the 20s. It's one of the most historic.
My
races.
client went to that, by the way.
Oh my god, I'm so jealous. Are we doing that or what?
I think we should.
I think we should go.
Field trip.
Yeah,
I think we should all go
to
Monaco
next year. Monaco.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so cool, dude.
Yeah. But Vegas, and I've heard other people say this. People think that if the Vegas Grand Prix is successful, it could be the next Monaco.
Oh, absolutely.
Because think about it, you would have the tourist kind of attraction that it is, which is basically what Monaco is. I mean, the race itself usually kind of sucks. Sometimes it's good. This year it was pretty decent, but the problem is you've got these cars that are getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year, and the streets are not getting any wider.
Yeah.
And so the problem is the racing is difficult. It's really difficult.
They call it chase racing.
It's a parade.
Isn't a problem in Vegas.
It's
No.
not that.
Strip
And
is huge.
that's what that bingo. So the racing, if the track layout is as good,
Can you
as,
imagine
as
passes
it
down
might
the
be,
strip, dude? That
That's
would be
so-
so wild.
the braking zone into the turn at the end of the strip is
Yep.
going to be a hairpin.
There you go.
I could be wrong about that. I'd have to look at the map, but I seem to remember they had it laid out. It's basically going to be a hairpin. So you're going to have 200 to 215 miles an hour down the strip.
Yep.
Into a braking zone,
it's gonna
which
be so fucking
which,
loud against that
by
glass.
the way, if you ever watch Formula One on TV, you have no idea. The camera angles they use for the live broadcasts of Formula One are so they do such a disservice to what those cars actually are doing. Because and you got to think about why that is. It's because if a car zooms past on screen, you can't read the sponsor.
So they follow
so
them.
they
The only
so
one that
all
does
of the
it justice
angles
is the car's camera itself.
Agreed.
even that
even that's not
has
great.
been, it used to be, but if you watch old videos of Michael Schumacher driving in 2004, those videos from onboard look really different and the cars look way faster, and that has to do literally with the focal length of the lens that they're using. And they
the
changed
stabilizers in the cameras.
and the stabilizers from the cameras. It was shaky, it was wider, so you actually got a sense of the speed, but they were but you can't read the fucking
No, now it looks
sponsor
like a
on the
video
front of the
game.
car, so
Yep.
now it looks like a video game, right? And so it takes away the sense of speed. But I got to tell you, when you're there in person, the thing that last year I went to Austin, the thing that blew my mind about Austin was the braking zone. I have never in my life seen anything like this. I was floored. My brain could not wrap itself around what I was looking at, because you see at the end of it's turn 12 at Circuit of the Americas, and what it is it's the end of a really long straight. So this is the area where they get up to top speed, they're passing each other, they're using the drag reduction system, they were able to open the rear wing, go even faster, all that kind of stuff. So at the end of this is a hairpin. So they have to get the car from 200 to 215 miles an hour to about 30, maybe a little more than that. But the thing is, when you first see this in person, there's a moment where your body panics.
Because you think they're going to
You
blow
think
up on
they're
a
going to
wall.
crash.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like if somebody just plowed through an intersection at a red light and crashed into the oncoming cars. That's what it feels. It's the same internal feeling. You see this car coming down the road. It's doing 200 miles an hour. You're like, oh my God, that's really cool. Oh my God, that's really, holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then all of a sudden, it's just bam, 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 boom, 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 down through the gears, and it stops.
Jeez.
And it's like your mind can't understand what you're seeing, because you're like, there's no way in hell that car's going to get stopped for that corner. It's impossible. Everything you know in life is like, yeah, no, that can't happen. That literally is impossible. And then it does it. That was the most mind-blowing thing about seeing Formula One in person. I was just like, I was blown away. The turning, the G-forces laterally, seeing the cars change direction, incredible. It's an amazing feat of engineering. Top speed, that's cool. We see cars go fast, it's neat. but the breaking blew my
Yeah,
fucking
that's cool.
mind.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. You ever have a chance to see it in person, you have to do it.
Oh, I'm
because
in.
it's just like, it's so wild. Vegas would be the place to do it, but good luck.
100%.
Good fucking luck
Yeah.
getting anywhere near Vegas when that happens. Because the second those tickets go on sale, they're all going to be bought by 3 people, and they're going to be sold at 7 times the value.
Yeah.
And
Better just save up 7 times the value.
but that's the thing. That's what people literally will do.
You know, what would be the most incredible spot for that. The Cosmo is the only Vegas strip
With balconies.
casino with balconies.
Ooh.
So really, you should.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You get a strip view.
That's
So if you
interesting.
if you booked a strip view balcony right now, you're guaranteed that you'll at least be on the side of the race.
Yeah,
but here's
good
the
luck
problem.
booking that. Well, yeah, you need a strip view one. Like, I've tried to get the fountain view balconies.
You should see if the
like
Cosmo
impossible.
has those rooms available.
Oh, it's like I guarantee you it's not there. For that week, I'm sure there's like
Well,
a block.
I don't think they know the
and
week
they're
yet.
going to auction them off
They-
or something. Oh, they don't know it yet.
They don't know
Oh,
it yet.
then
That's,
never mind.
That's
If
the
they don't
key.
know, yeah.
So let's
So-
just book.
Just
So
buy the
you
whole
just
month.
book
every
rooms
day.
Yes,
every
for
fucking
3
week
months.
in October.
That's it. That's what you got to do every weekend around the October, November area.
Book up
Just
the
book the
entire
whole
2
month.
months, 3 months.
That's
Yep.
I
the
tell you
way
right
to
now,
do
if you
it.
could
That's the plan.
prepay for every weekend for a strip view on a Saturday night for all October, all November, you would make all your money back times 4
Oh, yeah.
by
Yeah.
being able to sublet that room.
But I
Even
bet
if you
they
didn't-
even know, and I bet you're like, oh, are you going to gamble $1 million a night on that?
Yeah, no
Otherwise,
shit, dude. Yeah,
they have to know, like, they're in the hottest possible position for that event
for sure.
specifically.
Yep.
Yeah.
because those balconies are rad.
Oh, they're drooling.
I've had a corner suite there with the balcony that wraps around the corner. It's unfucking believable. The whole view of the strip, and you're outside
It's so
65 floors.
So wait,
up.
but it's
So
the,
the
only...
reason is the Cosmo was intended to be condos.
Yep.
Oh.
And then there was a whole bunch of funding things that happened. It fell through with a bunch of like banks or whatever. The ownership changed, and they were just like, "Fuck it, turn it into a casino."
And that
Wow. It's like
became
a
Marriott or
nightclub.
one of the big ones. Bonvoy, maybe? Is that Bonvoy?
I think it was, and now MGM's buying it.
It's M Life now. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's not
Interesting.
not yet.
Okay.
But it's in the process of going through. But that's why it's
I
the
wanna
only
know.
strip casino with balconies.
I want to know what the... Oh, wow.
And you get a better view if you can get a fountain side, if a Bellagio side, you can get a better view of the Bellagio fountains than you get from any room
in the Bellagio. Absolutely.
Dude,
Wow.
just imagine, okay? Because all they'll have the barriers, right? And they'll have lighting down the entire strip because it'll be
Yeah.
all like super bright daylights, basically.
Yeah.
So you'll from this angle, you will see
Everything.
all the way down the strip.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like the best place because like you won't really hear them that well. Like you won't be. I mean, you'll hear them, but like it's not gonna be like standing
For
right next to
seeing
it.
stuff,
For
though?
seeing the straight though,
Yeah.
that'll be nuts. Wow.
I don't think there's
Okay,
a
so-
better spot.
Who has spent more time in Vegas, you or you?
Oh, I'm sure Vinny has.
I'm
I've been there
older.
4 times.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
older
you've
than
only
him.
been there 4 times?
I only started going like last year.
Oh, I feel like you're talking about going to Vegas like every other month.
I mean, I do go often now.
So okay, so you
we
now
went
you've
for the
been
first time last summer.
really.
And then we went.
So something sold you on
We
it.
went spring, and then I took Anna, and then we went in June for my birthday with the standard guys.
So something about it, you were like, okay, I want to come here all the time.
The shows are great. The food is great. It's fun.
Do you
and
gamble?
weird and kitschy, and I don't gamble. So
You don't even
That's
gamble.
I mean,
what's
it's not like,
wild
it's
to
not like
me.
I don't gamble. I'll throw like
You're not a
$100.
gambler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do like $100.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're not spending time like in the casinos like the whole time.
Nope.
Really.
And I'm the
'Cause-
exact opposite.
And you keep saying because
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
been right, and you keep saying this to me like because
It's so funny. I don't
Leanne and
go
I,
to
we don't-
shows. I eat, gamble,
just go to
and
gamble?
party in the pool.
Oh yeah,
That's funny. So it's the opposite.
Party in the pool and go to shows.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, you're saving a lot
And
more
I
money.
like to walk the strip and like
Really?
you know, it's like Disneyland, but
but that's
more booze.
we're proving the point right now
luxury
why
crap.
Vegas is for everybody.
That's that. Well,
It's
it is
funny. He's
interesting.
not a gambler and he loves it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how great Vegas is.
I do not understand my brain. Like Ocean's 11 is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I just love movies set in casinos.
Yeah.
Even though when I'm there, I'm like I have no intention to gamble.
That's
no
why Casino
interest.
Royale is the best Bond movie ever made.
Yep.
Like it's in a beautiful
It's just
casino.
they're fun and flashy, and they know what they're doing when they
Yep.
build those places.
And you
They're fun to
can
be
you
in.
can literally sit in some of those lobby bar areas, get a cold drink, and just watch the casino.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking rad. You don't have to partake.
Yep.
You don't have to get fucked up. You don't have to gamble. You don't have to love walking the strip. You don't have to love shows. I'm saying all the things you don't have to love, and there's still like 20 more things you would love.
Yeah, because it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because Leanne and I don't drink.
Yeah.
And I have no interest in gambling.
Gotta
And so
come to
I
Vegas with us.
Well, that's funny because I've always thought like, okay, I mean, why am I going to go to Vegas? You know.
People have big
Food is
misconceptions.
amazing.
The
and
food's
you
the
need to
best
see
in the
Cirque
world.
shows.
Yeah. The Cirque shows are rad. I have been to one Cirque show, and it blew my mind. There was water
Oh, so you saw
on a stage.
Yep.
It was crazy.
So I saw O. I mean, I've seen O twice, and then I saw Ka this last time.
I haven't
and that
seen
was
Ka.
Also amazing. The stage is insane. It's like this giant moving platform that can
that's
raise
cool.
up. It can tilt. It
I'm
can
into that shit.
Spin.
I'm into that.
So it can and it's like a. I'm not gonna give away too much, but it's like a very battle-heavy
Cool.
show.
I'm into
and then
that.
the stage rotating looks like camera pans in a movie.
That's cool.
It's
Wow.
just
Wow.
insanely cool.
Like the nightclub Omnia, dude. Like, you can just go into Omnia. You can hate electronic music, not drink, hate crowds, and it's still worth going to Omnia to see that fucking thing drop from the ceiling and start gyrating and moving. And all these Harvard engineers are in the back making this thing fucking move, and it's bonkers, dude.
Wow. Yeah. Have you ever been to Vegas?
No, I have no perspective on anything you guys are talking about. I have no
We should
idea.
do
You
an
must
odd
have-
time there. I'm telling you.
That
We
would be
should do
great.
a remote odd time.
Absolutely love to go though.
Live
I mean, like
Vegas.
Live in
this is the
Vegas.
first time I've ever heard somebody
Live every
say
time,
like
but-
I don't like gambling, but I still like to go. Like I've never heard that before.
That is interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
No,
you must have.
don't care
What's
for
the
it.
equivalent of
Almost
that?
makes me wanna
Is it
try
does
it.
Japan have any type of thing like that?
Well, gambling is a very, very like common thing.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it?
Tons of people
Really?
still gamble.
I like to
yeah.
go to pachinko parlors, but not play pachinko. So it would be like that, I guess.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
There's
well,
not like a mecca of gambling in Japan, though.
No,
It's
there's
just
not
like
a
you
mecca
go
of
to Tokyo
gambling,
and there's like
no.
little pockets of pachinko parlors everywhere or
Yeah.
casinos, but
yeah, and they
Yeah,
always
it-
look the
what's-
same.
wait,
They
not
always
a
sound
fake.
the same.
What's that? What's a pachinko?
So
you know plinko, where you like put the little ball and there's a bunch of pegs.
Goes
And it goes
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's like that basically.
Well,
Huh.
it's a gambling parlor.
Gotcha.
That's what a pachinko parlor
Yeah.
is.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do they
So-
call the machines pachinkos, or am I wrong about that?
I think the machines are pachinko machines. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't
Here's,
quote me
here's
on
the thing. Me and him could go couples trip down there, not the weird basement hot tub trip. That's not what we're talking about. Okay?
Not the banana
To be
fucking
clear,
trip.
we could go. He could not gamble once with me. I could not go to a show once with him, and we would still have a blast together because there's that much to do in between and around what everybody likes to do.
When I go with like Dave and my other creator friends, and they like to gamble.
There you go.
Like Dave will gamble 4 or 5 grand while we're there,
Yep.
and I'll just like sit there and I'll get like $100 in chips, and
'Cause that's the
obviously
thing.
your bankroll is so tiny, so it's gone.
He could seriously
But
put
it's
down
fine.
a couple $100, and I could teach him how to play craps while I'm actively trying to lose my home, and he would still have fun. Like, he would still have fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And then Anna
Sounds
and I have
fun.
a lot of fun because like there's shows, there's arcades.
Yeah.
Like, we like to just walk through the weird casinos and like.
I like
oh,
the
yeah,
weird
it's fake
casinos.
New York.
Yeah, I like the weird. I like the shittier the better on some days.
So wait,
Mm-hmm.
weird casinos. That seems like a denotion.
So back in the 80s, there was like this craze in Vegas to
The
build
themes.
themed casinos.
Yeah, dude.
So there's the Excalibur
Oh.
that's like King Arthur's castle.
Tropicana,
There's-
which is like a Havana beach
Yep.
hangout.
There's the Luxor, which is a gigantic pyramid. I guarantee you've seen.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
building
for
and
sure.
the
Yeah,
stuff.
I've seen that.
There's the New York
Circus.
Circus. I haven't been in that one yet.
And you can
Oh.
just
I've
walk
heard
through
that's where you
these.
go to
Yeah,
die.
yeah. They want you to walk through them.
Yep.
Because they're like, oh, maybe you'll just go.
Even if you drop-
let me try one time.
Yeah, even if you
Yeah.
drop a $5 bill into a slot machine, they won.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that's all they want
That's
from you.
true.
And
Wow.
you can, I mean, you can basically cut through casinos and get down the entirety of the strip. You'll have to go outside a little bit, but you could spend more
Yeah,
than
that's what's
50%
wild.
of your
If you
time
know where to go.
inside.
Yes.
If you know the right doors.
The way they're all connected is crazy.
Huh.
Wow.
Crazy. A casino host, I was like, I want to get back, blah, blah, how do I get back? And he was like talking to me how to get back to the Encore, which is at the end of the strip.
Yeah.
I'm like walking in the basement of O'Shea's and like up through the, it was crazy how he took me underground all the way back to the end of the strip.
I would imagine there's
Wow.
got to be some insane underground networking happenings going on with like the money stuff that happens there.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah,
the
well,
sketchy shit that probably happens there.
It
I've
used
always
to be
wondered
bigger.
This
I'm sure it used to
about
be bigger,
Ocean's
but-
11 because in the movies, like, oh, Terry Benedict owns the Bellagio, the MGM Grand, and the Mirage. And then I saw the movie a zillion times, and then I go to Vegas. And the way they make it look in the movie is like there's this vault under the Bellagio, and all the money from all the cages goes underground to that vault. So I'm like, oh, they must be right next door to each other. And then I go there, and the MGM Grand is like a freaking mile away from the Bellagio.
yeah, it's a mile away.
and the Mirage is like, it's past the Caesars at least.
Yeah.
So they're not close to each other.
What is so wild is Nevada gaming laws, and this might have changed, but I doubt it, that you have to have the cash in the vault for any chip you put on the floor worth monetary value. There is no fucking credit.
Whoa.
Wow.
So if they've got, $60 million in chips circulating, they need to have $60 million in cash on hand in the vault at the casino.
Or on fight night.
Yep.
Like the night we're going to rob it.
Yeah, let's go.
150 million.
It's crazy. That's
How
why.
much?
That's
can
why
we
it's so
find
wild.
out how much money passes through like this strip on a daily basis?
Oh,
I think
But it's
that
insane.
stat is actually in Wendover Productions' Vegas video.
I bet
I think it is.
he definitely found that out.
Because, he literally made a whole video about how Vegas works.
That's
essentially,
crazy.
so.
Was that recent?
No, that was like 2-3 years ago.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
the reason people like Dana White can go play blackjack and win is because if your bankroll is big enough, you can always make it back. Their bankroll, the casino's bankroll is so big, they're always going to beat you.
Yeah.
If you keep going.
Because they have unlimited.
But
money.
if you have an unlimited pocket or you're not worried about it, you will eventually beat them.
Well, I guess it depends, right? Because they still have a house edge. And
Always. Yep.
if you're playing blackjack, say, that's why they have the maximum bet, because you can't just martingale your way up to infinity and always win your money back.
Unless you are in a high stakes room and they give you that line, they can say, no limit. They can do it.
Interesting.
But if you're consistently beating the casinos, they're probably not letting you come
Yeah, they're
back.
probably going to take one big loss and be like, we'll allow you to play this hand one more time so we can win it back, but if you win again, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a YouTuber named Spencer Cornelia, and he basically just makes videos on scam artists. And he loves making videos on these Vegas sports bettors who sell picks, and they brag on social media about how they're always winning and how the casinos are trying to kick them out. And it's like, look, if you were always winning, you would not be able to place a bet right now.
Yep.
The fact that they let you come in and place a bet means you're a loser.
Exactly. Yes. That's actually true. The amount of people we saw doing proxy bets, and by proxy, I mean this chick walks in with a Louis Vuitton purse, a skirt that barely covers her butt, 10-inch heels, hair and nails dead, and she's like, 10 grand on the pack is laying 6. Oh, yeah, sweetie. I'm sure you're really into the lines today.
How horribly assumptive of you.
Whatever. That's the one where I was like, and the guy was like, really? 6, laying 6, 10 grand. Yeah. And he's like, hold on a second. Dude gets on the phone for like 5 minutes. We're not going to take that bet. Just like that. It was because it was clear as day it was a fucking proxy.
Huh. And what's the intent there?
The guy probably got booted for either line of credit issues with the casino or winning too much. He paid some chick to go in and make the bet for him. They probably either they've seen her before do it, and they know, or they're just like, yeah, we're not taking a proxy bet right now.
Interesting.
They'll flat out say not taking the bet.
Yeah. Wow. That's fascinating. So
You
the
used to
number
bet
we
on
saw
sports,
was
right?
10 billion a year. What's 10 billion divided by 365?
Used to.
10 billion divided by 3.
Used to bet on sports. Yeah. We
I
talked
feel like
about
you have
that.
to be like an insane Moneyball statistics nerd for that to ever pay off.
It's true, and I'm way too big of a sports fan, and I watch the games, and it's about emotion and terrible. Like it needs to be about the numbers. Yeah.
Did you see the game last night?
Hockey game?
Yeah.
It was wild.
That was crazy.
Oh my god, it was wild.
I don't even follow hockey, but so background.
I was at Red Rocks watching it on my phone.
Oh, really?
And the guy was performing, and me and my buddy were like, "Fuck yeah!"
So the Colorado Avalanche are in the Stanley Cup versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, and last night was the first game. That was literally just to take a moment to recognize the hilarity of what just happened. I literally said, "Did you see the game last night?"
Yeah, I was shocked.
Ludicrous display.
If you play it back, I froze when you said it because I was like, "Is he fucking with me?"
You're like, "What game?"
I was like, "I'm the only sports fan here, you son of a bitch."
I don't know a lot about hockey, but it seems like they name hockey teams after like natural disasters instead of animals.
Isn't that funny, dude?
Yeah.
Like the
Let's see.
Oilers, the Kraken, like mystical beings from
The Kraken, that's a new one,
Seattle
right?
It's like we have
Yeah.
to make it even more hardcore than football.
Yeah, it's
Chiefs, Packers, no, Avalanche.
Avalanche.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Yeah. No. Oh, I know. Yeah, no, that was hockey. Hockey's always a fun. You know, hockey's interesting.
dude. The Carolina Hurricanes. You're so
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep. Hockey you have to see live, I think. You can watch it on TV for sure.
But it is special life. I'm not even a hockey fan. I'll go to a hockey
So-
game
Out
any
of
day of
the
the week.
big team
Yep.
sports, it's the one that I will go watch.
100%. And hockey's interesting because like you don't have to be a fan, you don't have to know anything, you don't even have to care about it.
Totally.
And you will have fun going to a hockey
I couldn't
game.
agree more.
Yeah.
Another one. live UFC world title fights.
Oh yeah.
Really?
You could despise fighting, never be into it, don't want to go to, don't know what's happening, but live UFC production world title fights are second to none.
Interesting.
Second to none. I've brought in clients that have never watched fighting. They hate it. They call it human cockfighting. We had tickets. I was like, just come with me. I'll explain everything to you. And afterwards, they were like, fan for life.
Really?
That was the coolest shit I've ever
So
seen.
why? What is it about it?
What you don't see on the TV is they're doing live production above you on these big screens. So the interviews, the stories, they create so much drama in 5 minutes. It's as if you've known both of these people your whole life. One of them is your godfather, and one of them is going to marry your daughter. And they do that in 5 minutes of production.
Wow.
And then so by the time they do their walkouts, you're like,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
you've picked your guy, and you're
Damn.
just like,
I got
you're like,
goosebumps.
yeah,
like, literally.
wow.
The production is so world
I guess
Did you
class.
see that tweet the other day that Jake Paul put out, just like blasting Biden?
No.
Oh, I did see that.
No.
What was that all about?
I guarantee you, it's just to get half the people in the world pissed at him for his next fight.
Yeah, I was like,
100%,
why are you?
100%.
I was like, I had no idea he was political. Now I was like, that came out of.
Oh,
left
he's not.
field.
He's not political. That's not that.
I'm sure his
I will
promoter
bet.
was like, you know, it's going to piss off half people and make them watch you. Hopefully, get your ass kicked.
Talk
next
shit
fight.
to Biden.
Start talking
Yeah.
shit about Biden. on
That's
social
so
media.
funny. Hey, it's a good tactic, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
because
there's an engineering element to it for sure.
Yep.
Absolute. Here's the thing about people like the Paul brothers is like, say what you want. Really, say what you want, but like the engine, like you said, the engineering there, it's smart.
It's
smart.
Floyd Mayweather used to say, "More people pay for my shit to watch me lose.
Yeah,
and I'll take their money every fucking time."
Absolutely,
Brilliant marketing.
yeah. That's something that.
I'm trying to remember who. I think it was Jay-Z said we dumb it down and double our dollars.
Absolutely.
Like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's good tactics, and those.
I've never
those two-
accused the Paul brothers of being stupid people.
They're not right.
No.
I'll
Most
accuse them of
certainly
a
are
lot
not.
of other things.
A lot of other things,
not
Yeah.
but not
stupidity.
stupidity. I
No.
agree with that 100%. Yeah, it's like I've never watched either of their content. I don't care about their content. Wouldn't like their content, but like, man, I to some weird level appreciate the insane accomplishments that are absolutely engineered, like you're saying.
They know exactly what they're
Yeah,
doing.
absolutely.
Laughing all the way to the bank. It's like Floyd Mayweather, towards the end of his career, was taking these bizarre exhibition fights, and they were nothing. They meant nothing, including the Logan Paul fight.
Yeah.
And he literally gets up after his press conference, like, "Thank you for coming to my bank heist." And this guy's like, "Don't you feel like that's disrespectful to the sport?" He's like, "Fuck you, I do." He goes, "You just watched me rob America."
Yeah.
And I did it with a smile on my face and legally. And everybody was like,
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
what else are you gonna
"Thanks for
say?
coming to my bank heist."
I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was nonsense. It meant nothing. It will never mean anything. It will never go down in history as anything.
Right.
It was total bullshit, and everybody paid for it.
And you know what's better? They don't care.
no, he doesn't
They're
give a shit.
fine with it. That's
Yep.
wild.
It's like talking to it. I know you go through this with your musicians, but like, would you rather be a pure musician with all the respect of your peers, or be worth $100 million and have them all hate you?
Jeez.
Yeah. Why does Katy Perry get all the money and attention?
Yep.
She
Yeah.
just writes the same exact song structure every time. It's because people like it.
It's 'cause people
Makes
like
them
it.
want to get fucked up.
You know,
Let's do it.
Birthday.
and this is fascinating. Years ago, back when I was in college, this is really funny because it's capitalizing on everything you just said. There was a dude, I can't even remember his name now, but maybe these were two different instances, but one, there was a guy in sort of like the jazz education community, like in New York City, that kind of, you'll see all the same names, you kind of know people or know of people at least. And there was this dude who was running around saying that Katy Perry is better than John Coltrane.
Oh,
And
that's wonderful.
But the whole thing was like the brilliance of saying that, because everybody who's like in a jazz program in one of the big colleges is going to be like, what? Right? And so it's this whole it was hilarious, right? And I think the justification, which who even cares what the justification was, because everybody was talking about this dude, right? Another dude was straight up just like, yo, Wayne Shorter, you don't know the name, but like Wayne Shorter sucks. This is one of the most legendary, most well-loved, widely regarded as one of the greatest tenor saxophone players of all time, Wayne Shorter. And this dude was like, yeah, Wayne Shorter sucks. That was his whole
Yep,
thesis.
exactly.
And he just spent the whole time like being like, yeah, no, I mean, everything he plays is just kind of garbage. And like, I just don't really like it. People talked about this dude for months. He got interviewed by like there was like some small publications that, had a little bit of following in that world. And he got interviews and did all this shit. And it was all because he was just like, yeah, Wayne Shorter sucks.
Oh, dude.
Dude, you can say anything. You can say anything you want to piss people off.
I'm part of like the Notion Ambassadors Slack, and one of the other people posted a Reddit thing where somebody's just like, oh, everyone just wastes time building these aesthetic dashboards and they're all bullshit. You should just go back to Evernote, right? Like, just like...
Yep.
Just say the thing.
It's
That's
validation
Say the
of
thing.
the self through criticism.
Absolutely.
That's the point of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick something that everyone likes and say I hate it, so I get attention and so I can act like I'm smart.
Yep.
Correct.
It's like every time there's absolutely anything said, I don't care if it's political, social, like whatever, somebody will be like, actually, that's terrible, and here's why. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It's just to be the contrarian because it gets people attention. But especially if you say something as flat out as like, oh, Wayne Shorter sucks, or Katy Perry's better than John Coltrane. Like, these are just such asinine statements that like, why would you even have that analysis in your head? Because it's completely worthless thing to even think about. And I'm not even saying right. Well, that's exactly it.
And I don't think it's just like pure manipulation. I think there might actually be some truth behind what they believe. Like not
or they've
truth
convinced
realistically,
themselves
but
they
they've
believe
convinced themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it has to do with the whole concept of hedonic adaptation. Like, you become very happy and eventually that dies down, or you're being very sad, eventually that comes back up to baseline. Well, I think hype does the same thing.
Yeah.
So if somebody or something is incredibly hyped up, there's going to be somebody who goes, or over time it's going to be like, maybe it wasn't actually that good.
Yep.
Like, I saw a take on Twitter today, Elden Ring's actually just like 6 out of 10 game.
That's
for people who don't know, this is like the most lauded.
I'm not even a gamer, and I heard it's my buddy who is like, you don't understand. This is like the shit.
Yeah.
And it's not a game for me. I could not play it.
Yeah.
But I recognize that it's a absolute achievement of a game. But when it's hyped up that many times by that many people, eventually it gets built up to this place where there's going to be some people who are like, actually, I don't really think
There's two guys on Fox Sports that their whole fucking career is, one of them says Michael Jordan isn't the greatest, and one of them says LeBron ain't that great. That's it. That's their shtick. One of them's making $6 million a year saying that, dude. Oh my gosh. And all the other guys in the other networks are saying, I know they don't believe what they're saying.
Yeah.
There's no way. But they're getting paid to say it.
Sometimes
You know
I think
why?
about this.
You know why? It's because they're getting paid that much to say it, because every time they do, the people that want to believe that are happy.
Oh,
Yes.
That's why.
How do you wake up every day, look yourself in the mirror and go, I'm going to go say some things that I don't believe
I know.
every day?
Depends how many zeros
I mean,
are
you
behind
can
it.
literally ask like basically any news anchor on any platform ever. You know what I mean? Because you always see people who are just like,
it.
I know.
it's crazy. But yeah, that's
This
the
guy
thing. When there's
literally
enough
goes
zeros,
on TV like once a week. It comes up and he just talks about how overrated Michael Jordan is, and everybody's just like, "We don't believe that you believe that."
yeah.
But the people that do believe it support him, tweet him, buy his shit, and that's why he makes $6 million a year.
Can you imagine being somebody who's so comfortable with the idea of like making a living by being just so widely hated?
Yeah, I don't get it.
You know what I mean? Like
Don't get it.
people like I don't know, fucking Alex Jones or like somebody like Tucker Carlson or something like that. Yeah, obviously there's plenty of people who love both of those people, but like the idea of like, I'm gonna be this so polarizing figure that at least half of people hate you.
Yeah.
And it's like there must be enough zeros.
But I mean, like,
there's got to be
there's
enough
enough
zeros.
zeros.
Especially with Tucker, you look at him saying something,
You're like, there's no way.
He does not believe
No,
this.
absolutely not.
Right.
No way.
Does not believe
those
this
guys
at all.
They
They're
don't.
characters.
Those guys go to
They're characters.
They go to dinner with their wives and families. Their fans want autographs. People yell out in the streets, call them idiots, and they laugh all the way to the bank.
100%.
And in their minds, they think they're just an actor on a TV show.
Yes.
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 I have a story about this.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really a story. It's like the anecdote, but I have a friend who knows a lot about computers and once got a call from Rush Limbaugh.
Wow.
For tech support through, I guess, a mutual connection. And he was like, by the way, you may have heard some of my radio stuff. I'm just playing a character. I don't believe a lot of that stuff.
Yes, of
Like,
course.
just-
How
Absolutely.
could you fucking
Absolutely.
believe that?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that's true.
And you know what's fascinating about it too is like, even if people know that, it's like they're still going to consume it for either they're going to hate watch it or it's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, the veil can be completely lifted, and people just don't care because they want to consume content, I guess, entertainment.
Well,
I don't know.
Trump changed the game by the whole you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And you'll be either forgiven in perpetuity or there are no consequences for your words. That changed the game for podcasts, for sports figures, commentators. You can say whatever the fuck you want now.
You
because
literally
the
can.
guy who was in charge said whatever the fuck you want, and there was no consequences. I mean, there's just truth.
There's consequences if you have a soul, though.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. Yeah. Well, and that's kind of goes back to the whole thing. Is
You
like
have to
it's
live
like
with what you said.
yeah, playing that character who's just so hated. I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't be for me. Like I don't think I would.
I
Ever
could
do that.
never fucking do it.
I don't know,
If I
yeah.
woke up tomorrow and I was like, I'm not helping people with what I do, I couldn't live with it.
Yeah,
That's why I cannot fathom it.
That's so weird.
See, and I'm the opposite. As long as I'm not actively hurting somebody, I could live with it.
Yeah.
If I felt like I was just playing a role. Now, I'm not talking about like racist tropes and dating right.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm talking about.
for sure.
But if it was like, hey, if you were just a little more this, you would make this much more,
Mm-hmm.
and the trade-off was this many more people aren't going to like you, I think I could be okay with that.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with people not liking me, but I just don't want that to be because I have
I just don't want to hurt anybody.
malintent. Yeah,
I don't want some
Right.
transgendered teen in Portland to be hating himself because of something I said. I
Yeah.
would never stoop to that level.
Well, I guarantee,
Right.
like, there are plenty of people who watch my videos, who probably watch your videos, who are like, yeah, fuck this guy. Like, I don't like this dude. I don't know why. I just don't like him. And to me,
don't like your
that's
face.
fine. Right. And to me, that's fine because I'm just like, you know what? That's okay because I know at the end of the day what I'm creating, and if I'm selling a product or if I'm if I'm trying to provide content for people, like, I know that's coming from a good place, and
But
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
you're helping people.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
And I think that's different from like someone who wakes up and goes, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna
play
manipulate
a
people.
character.
I'm gonna hurt people because
Yeah.
I'm gonna make money.
Yeah, and that's
or there's
different.
like a few people over here who are gonna benefit from it.
And I think when it gets to the level of Tucker Carlson's, I know enough famous people, met a lot of famous people. You can tell when they get to the God complex, and once somebody gets to the God complex, there is no helping them. They truly do not give a fuck about what's happening outside of their bubble in their world.
I got to imagine that there's a good percentage of that has to do with like validation coming from both sides. And what I mean by that is if you are somebody who is so polarizing, and we're just using Tucker Carlson as an example, but if you are somebody who is so polarizing where you have a huge fan base, people who love you, and then a huge group of people who hate you, you're going to get the hate from the people that's going to upset you and make you angry at that whole generic group of people who don't like you, and then you're going to receive the validation from the people who love you, and that's got to aid in this whole thing of like winding up at this moment where you're just like, I don't give a shit, because it clearly doesn't matter, because like I could say anything and it's either one side hates me and one side loves me, or it's reversed.
Yes.
And it literally doesn't matter. So at a certain point you just got to resolve and say, well, I'm making so much goddamn money that I will deal with all of that.
Must be
because
doing something right.
yeah, I'm
That's
getting
what- that's-
validation
that's- yeah.
from both sides. I'm hearing from people who I'm just like, well, fuck literally everybody in that general direction. And then you're hearing from people who love you, and you're like, well, see, it must not be that bad.
But the
because-
validation comes from the hate too, because the
Yeah,
opposite
100%.
of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference.
Right.
So if half the people loved you and half the people don't give a fuck about you, you ain't Tucker Carlson making that kind of money.
That's true.
Yeah.
So the hate validates the love. It's
true.
all the same. It's
Like, I'm
all
getting
attention.
attention.
Ah!
attention.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's no press is
By
bad
the way,
press, right?
it is my 15th wedding anniversary today.
Is it?
Oh,
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
When are we wrapping this up? Because I do need to go buy a present.
And in case Mandy ever listens to this, you had this present decided on.
I
4
just gotta
weeks
go pick it up,
ago.
babe.
Just gotta go pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And shop for it and pay for it.
that's amazing.
She woke up to crazy flowers though, so I had the
Really?
flowers.
That's good.
Hey.
That's
Yeah.
good. Well, congrats on
God.
15
Look what
years.
she
That's
gave
crazy.
me, dude.
What'd she give you?
It's not done, so this is like about half. She had this installed in the shoe room. Check this out. Bam.
Woo!
Oh,
nice. Yeah.
Okay, so we're
Alright.
looking at.
Because you said they were just all set on the floor.
Yeah. that's
so
amazing.
These are sealed, so like there's no dust. There's
dang.
no,
So they're
Oh,
clear.
nice.
They are clear plastic containers that's creating this like giant cube wall.
Isn't that cool?
for
And they
all
light
of
up
the
from at the
sneakers.
bottom. Yeah,
That's
That's
wicked
amazing.
Oh,
cool.
there's even lighting?
yeah.
Dang, that's cool.
She called me
Dang.
wondering about that, and I was like, I'd have to see it. I was like, I don't know the best way to. What'd she end up doing with it? Did she light it from the top or the bottom?
The
or
bottom. She
lit
did the
it from
LED
bottom?
strips all the way through the bottoms, and they're all clear.
Yeah.
So when you turn it on the bottom, it all goes red up top.
Okay, so it does. So it works then. It goes
Oh, yeah,
all the
it
way
works.
up. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Great. Yeah, because I wasn't sure. I was like, she was trying to explain it to me, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't fully understand like how you would do this, but sounds like it works. Which
Looks
is
good,
perfect.
right?
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Really good.
Yeah. So now you had those containers, right? You just hadn't set them up, or are those new?
She bought the containers. The wrong ones came.
Oh, okay.
She took them back, and then I never thought about it again.
Yeah.
Until I
you
came
just had a
home from New York
room
and it was
where
done.
the entire floor was just shoes.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Right.
It's like you have an entire unusable room in your basement.
It was very unusual. I would
in
trip
your-
all the time looking for other shoes.
So wait, so what is when you go in there by the way, do you have to like split like now?
Just a little within reasonable time.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
we'll wrap it up in a few, but I'm curious, like when you walk into that room, like where are the shoes that you wear on a daily basis?
I have like 3 rotating daily pairs.
Oh, I see.
That literally sit like in little stacks right next to my bed.
Oh, okay. So the
Yeah, I was
shoe
I was figuring
room,
the shoe room wasn't for shoes you wear.
it's just collections.
I wear them all.
You wear them
Oh,
all.
I
really?
wear
You
them
do?
all.
Really?
Yep. I am not a box saver. I am not
How-
a collector. I just love shoes.
Okay, but how do you?
So you're not going to sell them someday or whatever.
I'll never. Well, here's the thing. There's some pairs that could even be beat up. I'll sell
Okay.
just to not like throw them away.
So
but-
shoe collectors would buy.
Yeah, I got a buddy. I
A
could show you a
used pair.
video that just blow your fucking mind. The shoe collection he has. He has never worn a single pair.
What?
No, I'm asking do shoe collectors buy worn pairs?
No, it
Is
would
that a
be.
thing?
It would not be a collector that would buy it. It would be like a kid that's always wanted those. He
Gotcha.
couldn't afford $700 drops.
Yep.
I'm selling them for $350 used. He's buying that shit all day.
Okay.
So you're losing some value, but you're gaining the usage out of them.
Yeah, I
Just
wear
wear
them.
Yeah,
I buy
right.
them to wear them. I
How do
never
you
buy a pair
decide
of
with
shoes.
that many
like,
shoes? How do you decide what to wear and what's the occasion that will cause you to go into that room and be like, let me pick out a pair?
It's just like which car am I bringing to the showing? Like if I'm showing a $4 million house and I know these people care about that shit, I'm gonna rock some $1,000 Louboutins. If it's a first-time home buyer and I know that I need to be humble and give them my best effort to make them happy, then it's gonna be Nikes.
Interesting. That's fascinating. Well, before we do go, you got time for a little game of misconnections?
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. What do we have? Okay.
I lost last week, dude.
We did.
God.
I think we're doing okay though. We're above 50%.
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh yeah.
I feel like we're gonna
yeah,
regress to
definitely-
the mean on
So-
this.
So pull the other one off and give it. Pull the other one off and give it to Vinny. Okay, you guys go first.
All right. Go ahead.
All right, Tom already looked at. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Yeah, I already looked. This
right.
one is called Foot Sucker.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Now everything is just going to be like us judging Jake for what he
100%.
may or may not
Yeah.
have written.
Yeah, you can't judge me for any of this. It's just a game.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
Jake wrote this right off the bat, just off the title.
Just that foot sucker.
Sounds like something.
All
Right.
right.
All right.
It starts off with, "Yep, another night in this fucking nowhere town dive bar. It's 10:30. I'm 5 tequila shots in and go into my usual stall to sit and pee and think about everything that went wrong for me to end up here. I kick off my sandals to get comfortable. I'm sitting for 15 minutes, legs stretched out, eyes closed, when I feel a warm, wet sensation on my toes. I jerked my foot back to see a pretty face with sunglasses on the floor of the next stall over. If I wasn't so done with everything, I would have ran out. But instead, I put my bare foot back towards your mouth
Oh my
and let
god.
you make out with my foot.
Oh my God.
Holy
I think
shit.
2 or 3 minutes went by, but it felt like an eternity. I was going to come over to your stall and return the favor in some way, but you very suddenly stopped sucking my foot and ran out of the bathroom. I shouted, "Wait!" But you didn't stop. When I went back to the bar, you were nowhere to be found. You turned my boring life upside down in just a few minutes. I want to see you again. Do you feel the same?
Oh, I'm confused about that.
Or do
one.
you
Oh
suck
my
everyone's
God.
feet in the bathroom?
Wow.
Who goes into a public bathroom and kicks off their flip-flops?
That's my first question. Can you imagine
That's
putting your
what makes
bare
me think
feet on
it's
the
fake.
floor?
That part
Right.
makes me, but then
Well, some people are weird. Yeah. Someone does that.
So, okay.
I could see it happening. I want to hear yours first, but I'm leaning towards
Well,
Jake on this one.
So here, this is interesting because I've been pretty good at picking up like little tiny Jake isms that'll tell me whether or not he's written one.
but then he started plugging those into him.
But listen, that one, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know
the
either.
same thing.
I have no
I have
idea.
no. There's
I'm gonna
no
have to
Maybe
gauge.
Jake is getting better at hiding the Jakeism.
I think. Well, he's definitely is.
He gets
Ready?
practice
Let's
every
do this
week.
one. Ready?
Okay.
Let's move to Alaska. I am a 55-year-old man, or should I say young guy, looking for a wonderful woman to move to Alaska with and live off the land. Let's make our own reality show. Come join me in the wilderness. Hopefully you're into freaky sex. Call if you're interested. Also must love children. Come on, girl. Let's do this. Call your future hubby. Think about it. Wouldn't Alaska be awesome? There's not a single sentence There's no periods, is what I'm saying.
Oh, there's no punctuation.
Yeah,
All right.
we're rambling here. Yes.
Oh, well, you're
that.
doing pretty good at
Yeah.
implying punctuation.
Future hubby, and wouldn't Alaska be awesome? We build it. We build it all on our own. We fuck our brains out. We have a blast. Maybe some children will come out of the situation. It's nice to dream. You never know what God. He brings God into it. I love
right
that.
after the fuck our brains out.
Fuck our brains out. God.
Whatever God has in store to my future sweetheart, dial that number. This is real.
Yeah, that one's real.
Yep.
Dude, there's so many people who want to go homestead.
Yep.
Including people who spell
That's
fuck
wild.
F-U-K.
Yep. That's real.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going. That one's real. This one's fake.
Again, we're in a
Sucker is
situation
fake.
where I want Footsucker to be real.
Are you the foot sucker? Seriously?
Hey, you never know.
The secret sucker.
Secret sucker. It's like Secret Santa, but a little more disturbing. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
both got a
I
sack.
have to agree. I think Alaska is probably real. Yeah, Alaska's probably real because I feel like you're Vinny staring at Jake trying to get a read, trying to get a read.
Stare down is for.
I think you might be clever enough to fucking leave out all the.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I want to look at.
Last time, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I gotta
No,
go with
I'm-
my original
I'm-
answer. This is real.
I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Alaska. What
I'm
do you
going.
think?
I'm going Footsucker's real.
You're gonna be.
50-50.
You're gonna be the
I'm
outlier.
going with it. I'm
All
going
right,
with
so Dylan's gonna
Footsucker.
be the outlier. So we have three of us that think Alaska is real. Dylan thinks that Footsucker is real. What do we got?
Okay.
All right, Footsucker is fake.
God damn it! I wanted it to be real.
Oh my god. Wow. Yeah, the lack of punctuation
This
is something.
There's so many of these wannabe homesteaders out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is.
No, I totally
just
thought
seemed
that was
too
Live
right.
off
likely.
the land. I love how people live off the land in their RV and they go to Walmart every day.
Also, this is such like an older guy thing to do. I'm a 55-year-old man, or should I say young guy?
Yep, because they're like, I'm not that
yeah.
old.
I'm not that old. 50's the new 30.
God,
Okay, what do we got? Oh god.
drop it on us.
The title is wow. This is all misspelled. You was da ultrasound tech at Bronson Cox Hospital.
Hell yes, dude. That's so good. That means he was with a baby mama hitting on the ultrasound tech. Ah, yeah.
Wait, let's see what it says though. It was Thursday night. I had a UTI, and you was like Hermione from Harry Potter with your ultrasound wand and cast a spell on
Oh
me.
shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I was there with my
Because that
boyfriend.
means she was wanting his John. Like, that's funny.
I was there with my boyfriend, but would leave him for you because you know how to work it, girl. Wow. If you want to go get McDonald's sometime, hit me up. Tell
Okay.
me how big the cyst on my ovary was so I know it's you.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wow. I feel like Jake wrote this, but the problem with it is the Bronson Cox Hospital. Where the hell would you have gotten that? That's what I'm wondering.
Look,
So
like, he's
He
on
just
to
like
us
picks a
now.
random
know.
city on Google Maps.
maybe
zooms in until he sees
just
a
like
hospital.
just find a
Yeah,
hospital
no.
on Google
I think
Maps.
he's smart enough to figure that out.
Yeah, probably.
We should rotate this. I bet I can make some really tough ones.
yeah, we should.
That's
we should
a
do
good
that.
idea. Just one every like other week, sneak one in from somebody else.
So yeah,
Yep.
somebody
That would be
writes one.
interesting.
What do you
Okay.
got?
All right.
Oh
Let's see.
wait! Before you do that, all four of us write one, and then you guess who wrote it.
Oh,
That would be fun. Okay.
Mhm.
I like that.
That could be
That's a good
interesting.
idea.
Yeah.
Please, let's
That's
hear
a good
yours.
idea.
Let's
All
do
right.
that.
All right.
Seriously. Kink covenant. I want to date a nun, a kinky nun, who's a freak in the robes and a freak in the sheets. If you a nun, you don't gotta hide who you is no more. Come be wit me and live off the land. And what the fuck?
But live off the land was real.
Yeah.
So it's not like Jake wrote the same thing twice.
Oh fuck. Okay,
'Cause that
let's keep going here.
Keep going.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
Come be with me and live off the land and have crazy kinky bonk sessions with me. You're one and only.
Bonk. is
Bonk
funny.
sessions. Lil bout me. I'm a Jehovah looking to leave the life. Want to stop knocking on doors and start knocking on you and your kinky butt. Let's bang till we can't anymore. Let's bang the devil out of us.
Oh my god.
If you think God's dead, send me a line.
That's
Oh
Jake
my
wrote that
god.
one.
Oh.
Jake wrote that one.
If you did write that one, That is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's pretty
That is
so
phenomenal.
fantastic. I would be
Yeah.
so proud of you if you wrote
Oh my
that.
god, this is harder, honestly, though,
This is a
because
harder one
this is
because
harder because they're
they both
similarly
end
written.
This again.
They both end with a creative, funny line, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever think that your creative writing degree would be used in this manner? Because it is fucking creative.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind
for
of
damn
a
sure.
dream come true, honestly.
Honestly,
I'm getting seeds of inspiration from the Nun one that come from that one and from this one.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
yeah,
That's why
Huh.
I think it's written.
yeah.
Interesting. So you think none is real?
No. I think
No, no.
I think
You think none is
UTI
fake?
real.
none is
UTI is
I
real.
think UTI is real. Now that
think
I'm looking
none
at
is
it,
Can
yeah.
I see them? So okay,
Yeah.
listen. So tell me how big the cyst on my ovary was, so I know it's you. That's amazing. Let's see. I want to date it. I'm just looking at how this is knocking on your kinky butt. Okay,
That's funny.
that's hilarious.
Kinky butt.
The bonk sessions. That's another good one.
Bonk was great.
Oh,
I'm a Jehovah looking to leave the life.
Speaking of bonk, when do you bonk it out with your wife again?
I got to plan the next bonk session.
No, it's a whole thing. Don't you take a trip? She's not here though, right?
No.
That's what I mean. So when are you gonna go see her again? Like when can you see her?
I don't know. Well, we got to plan out the next bonk session
next
here.
bonk session?
It's gonna probably in the next like
We're
3
sorry, Kieran.
Thomas goes,
We're
"What?"
sorry.
3 months or something.
I think I missed an episode.
All right, wait, hold on. Real quick.
we
quick.
need the answer on
We need
this.
the answer to this.
Yeah.
I haven't made it. What's your decision?
I fucking know.
You know what? I think King Covenant's real. I don't care if I'm wrong. I just
Well,
I
I
don't
got the last one wrong. I want Kink Covenant to be real. So
I want it to
I'm
be
gonna,
real. I'm gonna say it's
I'm
real.
Go with UTI as
I'm
well.
gonna go with the Kink one.
Okay, so Dylan and I think King Covenant's real, and you guys are maybe correct with
Probably.
UTI. All right, what do we
Correct.
get?
All right, the real one is UTI.
Yes!
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a feeling, but that's okay. I'll take the L.
that's funny.
Just to have some diversity.
We
But
might
yeah,
be back over 90% now.
Yeah, we're killing it.
yeah. You guys
Yeah.
missed a couple,
Oh,
but
man.
you've been crushing it. You're
Real well.
on a streak. Yeah. So Dylan was in the Dominican for 2 weeks because Kiri is not able to come here yet.
Right.
Oh.
So
I'm still
that's
waiting
what I
on
mean. They
her.
have to literally like meet in exotic locations to bonk.
This is my new favorite word for sex.
Bonk.
Me too. I'm exclusively using bonk, dude.
Yeah, that's great. Bonk sesh.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's good. I like that.
So we have to plan the next
Wow,
bonk
good
session.
job.
Thank you.
Jesus,
seriously,
Christ. That was
fantastic.
phenomenal.
Am I correct in believing that there is some creative influence from the two real ones within King
Yeah,
Covenant?
I would say that's accurate.
Yeah. The live off the land thing. Yeah.
So you still don't know anything.
All this shit.
And it's just like a continuation of like, well, it could be 3 months or it could be a fucking year.
More or less.
That is so frustrating.
I mean, well, it's like 3 to 6 months is like likely at this
Yeah.
point.
It's-
But yeah, I mean, you know what? It'll happen.
It's funny because the other day, Jake and I were like, no, Dylan, you don't understand. You don't understand how frustrating this is for us. Okay? Like,
I can't stop thinking about
I
it.
can't stop thinking about when are we going to get to meet this girl? Come on. Like, you think you're frustrated.
My mom will do that shit to me, dude. I'll have like a really big problem at work or something, and I'm over it. I've made peace with it, and she'll call me. I just can't stop fucking thinking about that. And I'm like, God damn it! I just got done thinking about it. Like,
Oh, my God.
Yeah. For real though.
So, no news, I guess, is
Yeah.
bad news?
No news is neutral news.
Neutral news.
Because it's not.
It's not a no.
It's not a no.
Wait, okay, so is there any planet on which they would deny her?
I don't
Like,
think
why?
so.
Why would that
this is
happen?
time. This is
It's just
time.
time. Yeah.
It's literally
Right,
just.
okay.
You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's just time. No. There's no way that they would deny
Unless they determine that she is just a massive threat to national security.
bonking.
Well,
Just like
Jesuit.
her
clearly
application
is.
has to work its way through
her. Yeah.
18,000
A bazillion
layers
different-
of
It
yeah,
has
yeah.
to sit on everybody's desk for a week.
Well, we found out what was the number? It was like the number of applications
I
per
don't
day
remember.
is insane.
Oh
Like
yeah.
so like when you actually think about it and you think about how many people there likely are on this thing dealing with it, you're like, it's kind of understandable. Holy shit, you know?
Yeah,
But it's
it's
still,
wild.
it sucks because it's just like, you guys are fucking married.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
But
you know?
She could be a green card wife. You don't know. They
That's
don't know.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But
Anyways,
it's all good.
we're going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening,
Cheers.
everybody. Vinny's got to go have his 15th anniversary. Congrats. And yeah, cheers, boys.
Cheers, Mike.
We'll see you next time. Be sure to follow us anywhere you find social profiles at Odd Time Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, etc., whatever you want. And we will see you next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Peace out.